We make of this Adelaide Oval. There's talk of 40,000 people there, a lot of money poured in by the South Australian government. Are you looking forward to a crash?
Absolutely. Look, and look, we've rubbished this fight and everyone's come out in social media, oh, it's a sham and all this, and they'll never make 30 million and this and that. But who won't be watching? It's like having Fitzy and Rodney Eade in the ring. I mean,
yeah, it is.
No, but I'm serious. The standard of boxing doesn't really matter. It's personality driven. And that's all that matters. Tell me someone who won't be having a look at it.
Really? Come on.
Do we really care? I mean, 41, 43, once had a hip replacement, 10 years in the making. What do we as sports fans get out of it?
I was going to say, it's great that Adelaide Oval has a hill because both competitors are over it already at the moment. But we've got the thriller in Manila and what are we going to call this? Payday in Adelaide?
Yeah.
And it is because they're probably going to make $1 million each. But
more than that.
No. I'm really looking forward to it. It's one of Australia's biggest rivalries, Kel, and their last bout was the biggest boxing fight in Australia's history. I really do think they're going to get an amazing crowd. Look, it's not going to be as quick as it was in the last fight. That was 10 years ago. But it's not going to be a Jeff Fennick, Azuma Nelson fight comeback. You know, it's going to be... It'd still be quite good standard. I reckon they're going to get a great crowd.
Yeah, I've been this excited since Kim Wilde and Howard Jones now Sour touring, which is happening very soon as well. It is terrific. I'm worried about Anthony Mundine, though, because he's been fighting around 60-odd kilos, and Danny Green, obviously, around the 85, 87 kilos. So, I mean, they're trying to get towards that middle weight.
it's hard to know what's going to give out first, their hearts or Adelaide's power. But I've heard, this is a rumour, that it's going to bring Adelaide Oval into disrepute almost as much as this event. That we'll see here. Almost as much as this event, which I believe also ended in a punch-on.
Yeah,
because I was there.
That fits you with hair.
Yeah, no, that was my wedding. We got married on Adelaide Oval, and it was very similar to a major fight. At the end of the night, I had to throw in the towel because I was out cold on my wedding night. So, but yeah, no, it's a beautiful... they'll get a brilliant crowd there, and I reckon pay-per-view, these boys are going to take home a lot of money.
It will look spectacular, but can you imagine going? How on earth are you meant to see it? If you're up, you know, in the nosebleed section for two fighters in the middle of Adelaide Oval.
Oh, it's brilliant. I saw that fight 10 years ago at the SFS, and it was a fantastic event. I reckon this one will be too. We know that Danny Green, of course, has a lot of respect for your opinion, Crash. This is him, actually, after beating Roy Jones Jr.
I heard the Backpage the other day telling me I'm not a stellar fighter, this and that. Shove it up your bottoms, guys. You don't know shit.
How did you feel watching that crash?
I loved it because the point I made was that he hadn't had a signature fight, that defining fight where he'd taken down someone truly great. But look, he got over that in about 8 years.
Do you reckon he got over it?
Oh, no, look, he probably hasn't. When I actually met him for the first time in the foyer, I did the old trick of, you know when a bloke's got a grudge against you? You jump in first. G'day, mate, how you going? How's the family? Have you got? And by the time I sort of said hello, I was gone. But this fight's got one thing going for it, I tell you. They're very evenly matched. No one knows who's going to win. In boxing, normally there's a really clear favourite. Mundine goes up in weight. Green comes down, as Tone said. No one really knows. It's so tight.
It's just so predictable, though. I mean, it's going to be full of huff and puff in the lead-up, and Anthony Mundine will say something that's politically, you know, not correct, and then it'll probably be all over in a few seconds, and a 43-year-old will beat a 41-year-old, and who cares?
I am actually just getting something in my ear, and you, Crash, it was interesting to say that you're over and you've met Danny Green and everything's fine now, because I think we've just been given a message that's just come through. We're going to play it now from Danny.
Backpage, how are you? Well, I remember after my fight in 2009 when Crash Credit, you told me I was too old, I was too washed up, and I told you to shove it up your ass after I knocked him out, put him away. And now I'm fighting again. I'm a lot older. So what are you going to say now, mate? And is this my last fight? No, I've got this one, take care of business against Choc, and then one more against you, buddy.
Well, here I am. You, right here, now, before the end of the show, seriously.
Can I take back all the jokes that I made?
And I think it's going to be awesome. I can't wait for next year.
The good news
you know what? It'll be the first time you'll be living up to your nickname, I reckon.
Look,
Actually, we can tell you that the winner, of course, also does earn, apart from fighting you, a shot at the WBG Cruiserweight World Champ. Here he is, the great Sugar Ray Leonard. It doesn't take it.
That's Crush in 10 years.
It will be a work.
I'm a little bit worried about this bloke.
Kenny Green as well, we know. They've announced the fight today, and he sent a message out to Crash before, because Crash got stuck into him after Roy Jones Jr., after he knocked Roy Jones Jr. out. He had a message tonight. He's just sent through another one talking about you, Crash.
Another one back.
Yeah, OK, this is what he had to say about Crash.
Now, you seem to have an opinion on everything. You do little, but you have an opinion on everything. I'm just wondering, what is your own opinion when you look in the mirror and you see the hair starting to thin, starting to get a bit frail up there, and then when you have to actually, when you want to actually check your pecker out, you've got to sit down when you pee. You can't quite see out of that now. So stop talking and start doing. All right, champ?
You know what I say to that? Hey, Denny, you see this? It's called a shoe.
$50,000 worth of damage. Thank you very much. See you next week.